This is before and after the dye. So you can decide to use a powder dye or a liquid dye. It's up to you, but make sure that your dye is synthetic because tulle net is synthetic. Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you how to dye your tulle net. So first of all, I'm going to measure out 1 yard and 15 inches. Then I'm going to cut it out and just pre-wash it to remove any form of impurities. After that, I'm going to set it aside and just prep my table. So I'm going to use a Rite synthetic dye and the color is chocolate brown. I'm just shaking it and keeping it aside. So I'm putting a trash bag on my table and just prepping the table, and I have also brought water to a boil. So I'm adding 4 tablespoons of dye, but note that it is half tablespoon each. I added water to the dye and I'm just submerging my tulle net into the dye. So I'm going to add a white color thread to see if the color will change, and I'm also going to add a gold color thread. But mind you, these threads are not synthetic, they are cotton threads. So I'm just going to stir for about 20 minutes and let it sit. Then I'm going to rinse off the dye as clear as possible under the sink. So I've gone ahead to rinse the fabric. You have to rinse it until the water is clear. You can see the water coming out from my hand, that there's no dye on my gloves. My gloves are white or clear. So I would suggest that if you are a dark skin person, this will go for you, but you should not leave your fabric this long, or you should add less dye. So I'll take this out for it to air dry before I cut out my pattern. So I put this at 201. This is 231. I want to get out the thread. It didn't change. I guess we'll have to experiment on these another time. I'll just rinse this until it's clear and keep it aside. Next time we'll do some more experiment. Hope you enjoy the tutorial. After air drying for about 15 minutes, this is what the tulle looks like. So I had to clear up my workspace to make sure everything was okay. So the total prep time I used for everything was about 34 minutes. Now this tulle will go for a dark skin person, but you can see that it's a bit darker than my actual skin, but it's still usable. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I actually used this tool to create a yoke for a dress I made for a client. Thank you again for watching. I hope you stick around for my upcoming videos. Take care and have a very wonderful day ahead. Ciao.